Okay, let's see. All right, that's better. Okay, sorry about that little blip, everyone. We're back, though. We're back. I'll give everybody a chance to come in. Sorry about that. We just had a little technical difficulties, but we're good now. We're good. Okay, hello, Kelly. Okay, everybody's back. We're good. We're good. We just had a few technical difficulties there. I had the wrong setting on the camera, but you have to open the programs in a certain order, and it did not like me resetting it. So we'll give everybody a chance to arrive here. Just a little hiccup. Just a little hiccup. We're good, though. We're good. Give everybody a chance to come back on over here. Karen, hi Karen. Cheryl. Sounds good, Cheryl. Again, sorry for that little hiccup, everyone. That was just, yeah, slight technical difficulties. Okay, so what we are doing today is we are going to be testing out some watercolor pencils in here. So we have the we're going to use the Artist Edition of Enchanted Forest because it's got a nice, you know, half and half, so we'll be able to try both of them. Oh no, sorry, Phil. Oh, I should have known that. They're watching it in the other room. I should have known that. It's okay. We could have it, you know, on the side. I didn't think about that. That's right. Yeah, my oldest was just like, whoever wins this game wins the trophy. Oh, I didn't even think about that, Philip. Hi, Andrea. So today, like I said, we're going to use the Artist Edition Enchanted Forest, and since it's the weekend, we're not doing our normal coloring page. I take these weekends to kind of do something kind of just, you know, a little bit different. So we have the Derwent Watercolor 36 counts here. So we're going to be using these. And I don't have the case for them anymore because I keep them in a drawer, but we're going to be using these and the Derwent Inktense. Okay. And then we're going to be using, I know I usually use just the water brushes, so I have the water brushes, but also, since not everybody has the water brushes, I grabbed a couple paint brushes and a handy little cup of water here. So we're going to go over both of them. Now, I don't claim to be a watercolor expert by any means. There are those in the art world that they're much more talented than I. Hi, Patricia. Hello. Yeah, sorry for the little hiccup. It was just little technical difficulties. But this is just, we're going to do the way that works for me, that I have found that it works. So feel free to use my way or, you know, follow. I know there's loads of other watercolor artists out there. I also have coffee this morning. Yay! Because I don't usually do morning streams and I usually don't drink coffee at 8:30 at night. So, you know. Okay, so I have less colors of the Inktense than I do of the watercolors. But we are going to make it work, because if we learned anything on this stream, it's that it doesn't really matter how many colors you have, it's how you use them. So what we're going to do, let's grab our notebook here. Oh, and for those that haven't seen the post in the Facebook group, I have updated all of the past videos with all of the color numbers. So if you were waiting on that, those are up under the descriptions of the videos there. So, all right. All right, so we're gonna do a quick swatch of our Derwent Inktense here so we can see what colors we have. All right, so this is leaf green. Okay. Leaf green. Then we have tangerine. We'll zoom in a little bit here so you can see. There we go. Gets nice and in focus here. There we go. All right, tangerine. And we have fuchsia. Okay. Then we have ink black. We're going to add water to these too so you can see them. And then we have teal green. Okay, then we have sun yellow. Then we have Deep Indigo. You can see it looks pretty black, but you'll see how much it comes alive after we use it. And then we have Baked Earth. Then we have Poppy Red. And then Bark. And this is just the 12 set of the Inktense. Hi, Andrea. Coloring the octopus. Awesome. We have Apple Green. And Sea Blue. Okay. Oh, look at me smearing it all over the place. I should know better. I need to use this. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just use our cup of water this time. I just reused an old jar here. Okay. All right, handy little paintbrush here. All right, so this top one was leaf green. And you can see just how the color comes alive there. And I clean my brush after every use so I don't contaminate it. Hi, Kimmy. Hi, Kimmy. Yeah, sorry, I had to switch it off. There were technical difficulties, but not much. We're just swatching the Inktense here so everybody can see how different it is. So we haven't colored on the page or anything. We're just swatching. We started with the first one, which was leaf green. Okay. Then our next one is going to be Tangerine. And they call these Inktense just because, I mean, it's so vibrant once you add water. And we're just using regular paintbrushes right now too, not the water ones. Okay, then Fuchsia. Let's see. Fuchsia's here. Okay. Then we have, let's see, Ink Black. Okay. Then we have Teal Green. I like that color. Okay. Then Sun Yellow. Then we have Deep Indigo. And this one's kind of cool because on the swatch, it looks black, but once you add water to it, look at that. Always reminds me of like whenever you dye Easter eggs and you put those tablets, in there, and you got to guess what they turn into, and then once they pop, it's like, oh, that one was purple. All right, then we have Baked Earth. There we go. Baked Earth. And then we have Poppy Red. Okay. Then we have Bark. See, that one's kind of a reddish brown. Then we have Apple Green. That one's pretty bright. More like a chartreuse. Kind of a spring green, depending on how. Hello, Carol. Welcome, welcome. And lastly, we have Sea Blue. There we go. Now, I'm not going to swatch all of the watercolors here. Let's see. Do I have those in my little book here? Because I have, let's see, there's the Tombos. So I had these done in the color chart. Let's see, Master's Touch Watercolors. Okay, here you can see at some point too, I did a swatch with all the colors also. But I don't think I ever did it with the watercolor. So let's see if we can find some colors that are similar to the watercolor to compare next to it here. So let's see, we got a leaf green. This one is, oh wait, I wonder since there's Cedar green. Okay, so even though they're the same brand, unlike the Arteza, because this is the Derwent Watercolor and the Derwent Inktense. So even though they're the same brand, they don't have the same color names. Okay, so this is similar to the leaf green. So we're going to do Cedar green. And in fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to label these here so you can see. Okay. So this top one was leaf green. This one was fuchsia. This one was the deep indigo. That one was bark. This one was tangerine. This one was ink black. I knew it was black, but I was looking for the specific name. Okay, then this one is the baked earth. Okay, here, let's zoom in just a little bit so you can see what I'm writing here. Okay, baked earth. Okay, and then the bright green was apple green. Okay, and then the teal was teal green. No shortage of greens. Unless, okay, the yellow was sun yellow. Red, I think, was poppy red. Yep, poppy red. And the blue was sea blue. Okay, and we're gonna find equivalents for these, okay? So for our Derwent watercolor, this is cedar green. Okay. All right, and then we need to find one similar to fuchsia, which I think this one is pretty close. This is magenta. Okay. Okay, so magenta. Let's zoom out just a bit here so we can see. All right, then deep indigo. What do we have for an equivalent for deep indigo? Let's see. Oh no, you know what? This one will probably. It's pretty blue. Ultramarine. Ah, here we go. Prussian blue. We'll do Prussian blue. Okay. Okay, Prussian blue. Then bark is going to be a nice dark brown. So our darkest brown we have, and I have the 36 count. Audrey, hi! I'm so happy, first time watching live. Awesome, Audrey, I'm so glad. All right, this is Vandyke brown, and this is going to be our similar to bark. It's our darkest brown. Okay, so let's see. Vandyke brown. Well, and that's kind of one of the reasons that I try to squeeze in a weekend one too, because I know that my regular time doesn't always work for everybody. So if I can squeeze in the occasional weekend one, you know, works. Okay, so tangerine is an orange. So let's go with orange chrome. Okay. And for those of you just arriving, we are comparing today the Derwent Inktense versus the Derwent Watercolor. We have a page we're gonna color through. Right now, we're just swatching to compare colors. I have the 24 count, and so far, not one color in my set. Oh no, Kimmy! We'll get there, we'll get there. Well, we're gonna be using lots more. Right now, I'm just choosing colors that are similar to what we have for the Inktense so that we can compare. All right, so we have, and I have links for all of these things in below also. Okay, so ivory black. Okay, then we have baked earth. Let's do golden brown. Okay. Golden brown. Then we have an apple green. 2 so far. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, let's see. Apple green is going to be similar to, what do we have here? We have May green. Okay. May green. All right, and then we have a teal green for our next row. Okay. This one for the Derwent Watercolor is Jade green. Okay. Then we have the Inktense Sun Yellow. For the watercolor, we're going to use Lemon Cadmium. Okay. Then Poppy Red. Let's see, do we have a Poppy Red? That's more of a, that's Deep Vermillion. Yeah, Deep Vermilion's probably the closest to Poppy Red. Okay, and so let's see. Deep Vermillion. Okay, and lastly, Sea Blue. I think this is probably going to be our closest for that. This is Spectrum Blue. Okay. All right, Spectrum Blue. All right, so now we're gonna wet half of these. All right, so there's the Cedar. Then Magenta. Make sure it's cleaned all the way. Okay, then Prussian Blue. Then Vandyke Brown. Okay. Then Orange Chrome. Not bad. 8. All right, awesome. Well, these aren't necessarily the colors we're going to be using for the unicorn. Look at that. Look at all that pigment that came up from that. That's crazy. Okay, we'll zoom in a little bit so you can see as I'm wetting them. All right, golden brown. May green. Jade green. Lemon cadmium. Deep vermilion. And spectrum blue. Now they're not identical, but these were just the closest ones that I found that worked for this. Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. There we go. Okay, so the top one, these are the, where'd my pen go? All right, so these are both Derwent. These are the Inktense. These are the watercolor. Okay. So there's definitely some different colors in each one. You can see that there's still some lines for these other ones. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna color the other picture. And we're gonna kind of see how they compare, okay? Why don't we go ahead and tear this page out here so we can reference it if we need to. Okay, careful not to knock over my cup of water here. Okay. All right, so that'll be right there if we need it. Okay. All right, so now what we're gonna do, let's go ahead and start on the right-hand side. Okay. We're gonna work a little bit on the unicorn. So we're just gonna kind of have fun with some of these colors since we don't have a huge range of them. We are going to start with the fuchsia. Okay, and this is Fuchsia 0700. Okay, so let's start right here. Now I'm not pressing real hard because as you saw from the swatching that it doesn't take much to get a lot of pigment. So I'm just coloring kind of lightly here. A little bit darker around the edge where maybe the shadow would fall. There we go. And again, we're using the Inktense ones first. Okay. A little bit of pink in there. Sorry, fuchsia, not pink. There we go. The husband's getting ready to take the kids out grocery shopping, so if you hear some noise in the background, that is what you're hearing. There we go. Look at my pencils here. Now you can do one of two things when you're coloring with this. You can wait and fill in the water after you have all your color laid down, or you can do it as we go along. One of the things about watercolor pencils or Inktense pencils versus standard watercolors is they're not nearly as forgiving. Once you start to get this pigment wet, there's not a whole lot to work with. You don't have a lot of time. If it dries, you're going to have a really hard time blending it with other colors. So when you get started with adding water, you want to make sure that you are prepared, like you have everything down that you want if you're going to blend anything else with it. So if you were just wetting one section, I would highly recommend making sure you have all your colors down. Okay. So we're gonna follow kind of where the muscle would be for the leg. Okay. But I wanted to use the artist edition for it because it's a little bit thicker paper. And since I'm using a regular paintbrush, I don't have as much control about, well, I do have some control about the water, but it tends to get oversaturated quickly when you're using a regular paintbrush. Okay. In the meantime, how was everybody's Saturday? I spent yesterday baking and cooking and doing loads of stuff. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit on the elbow here. I actually started this page at one point, but I never finished it. It's like I got excited about doing the horses and then I didn't do the rest of it. Okay, gonna bring this here just a little bit. There we go. Okay, now we're just gonna lightly add a little bit more here. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add some water to this pink. we're gonna zoom out a little bit, so or maybe we can turn it here. Take my water over. Okay. That goes there. Okay, and we're gonna turn that so you can see it. We're gonna zoom out just a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Gonna make sure that's nice and in focus here. Okay. All right, now for those of you that are new to controlling your water on just a standard brush, I'm gonna bring this in here. So I keep a paper towel. Sunday evening for me, now I'm coloring and serene. Awesome, Audrey, that sounds great. So I keep a paper towel with me to dab the excess water off. Okay, so I just gently, then I tap, then I lightly dab on the paper towel just to knock off the excess. My Saturday was coloring, sounds like a good Saturday to me. So just light dip, tap, and then carefully dab paper towel just to get off the excess. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we're gonna start up where we started here. See, and I feel like that's still a little bit too much water. Okay. You can see you're getting a lot of pigment from that Inktense. And if it's a little bit too much, clean your brush. There you go. See, I went over on the edge a little bit, but it's fine. Tiny bit more water. And this was just me coloring lightly. I was not pressing that hard at all. Go. Now you'll see what I mean about not having much time to work with it, because you see where I stopped here? We're going to be hard pressed to blend out that line where it dried. The best you can do is bring in more pigment to try and get that together. Where at watercolor, you could probably wet that enough to bring it up, like watercolor paint. So be wary of stopping in the middle of something there like that. Here you go. So I brought in a little bit to help kind of blend that line a little bit. And you can see, even though I left some areas white, there's so much pigment to this that those white arrows don't stand out, you know, a ton. Okay. All right, so there is our pink. All right. Now, one of the things you can do too, if you wanted to have it dry in between, I've got this handy little battery powered fan that you can use, or if you have a blow dryer nearby, there you go. Nonsense, Kathy. I said it before, just like Gandalf, you arrive precisely when you mean to. You know, wizard. A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. Okay. So now let's go ahead and grab what do we want to use? Let's use our sea blue. Some nice kind of bright colors here. All right, sea blue. Lurking a bit. All right, first time here. Awesome, Melody. Sounds good. Glad to have you here. Welcome, welcome. All right, so sea blue. Okay. We're just going to add a little bit here. Go up lighter. A little bit here. And then, oh, sorry, it would help if I kept it in frame. Okay. And we're going to add a little bit here, okay? There we go. So we'll have our blue there. Let's see. Sip of coffee here. Actually, my husband got me this great mug. And this isn't an ad or anything. I'm literally just amused by this mug. It's called a Mighty Mug because you set it down, okay? Make everybody nervous here, okay? You ready for this? All right. Those of you who know what a Mighty Mug is know it won't be an issue. Okay, here's my cup. I have a full cup of coffee sitting right next to my picture here. I'm tapping the side, and it's not falling over. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. It's called a Mighty Mug because the only way that you can lift it up is if you lift directly up. It doesn't move when you move it side to side because it's got like this kind of suction thing on the bottom. But you don't have to like press down, you just set it there and it's just got this little thing. But we decided it'd be good for me. Well, actually he decided it would be good for me because I am very accident prone and I tend to knock things over. So, sounds good, Melody. All right. So we're gonna zoom back in. Oh, that cord. Okay, I'm gonna add some of that blue here. There we go. All right, a little bit of the, let's see, this was the sea blue, okay? And then let's also use the sea blue on this area here. Aw, thanks, Kimmy. There we go. Okay. So we got that blue there. And let's go ahead and add some blue here. Okay. And then we'll add a little bit of blue here. Well, and I know that not everybody from our usual crowd is here. Oh, awesome, Melody. Well, I mean, I want you to be able to get some sleep, but this is the Inktense, Kathy. We're going to do the Inktense on the right unicorn, and we're going to do the watercolor on the left. So we're doing the Inktense first, and then we're going to do the watercolor. Okay, so I think that'll be good for the blue here. So we'll turn it so everybody can see it. There we are. All right. Now, use our paintbrush here. And you'll see because it's such a small area and there's so much pigment, not much of this white is going to be left. I love using the Inktense. Yeah, they're great. Okay, so we're going to do this little section first. And you can just see how it comes alive. And if you feel like it's going to be too much pigment, you can clean your brush just a little bit. Here we go. This area here, I'm going to clean. Before it dries, you want to move quickly if you're going to clean your brush in between. Here we go. Okay. Now we're going to do the same here. I got a bit too much water. I'm just dabbing it on my paper towel a little bit. Okay. There we go. I cleaned it a little bit before I went on to the next part here. There we go. There we go. That one came out kind of nice. Okay. A bit more water. And again, you want to work quickly with these because once it starts to dry, it's hard to blend out that harsh line that's created. There we go. I'm getting in the swing of things now. Okay. Now let's do this one up here. And on the other side, we're going to dab our paint just a little bit. Then we're going to bring that in between to leave that kind of nice variation in color there. Okay. And lastly, we have this little area by the face. Okay. A little bit there. Clean it a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Here we go. There is the blue. We'll zoom out a little bit here. Nice bright ponies. The other thing you can do also is if you're not getting like enough variation in your shadow detail, you can always go over, and these can be used dry as well. Or even go over it with, you know, your other favorite kind of pencil too. You could think of this as like your base coat. Okay, so now let's go ahead and we've done the blue and we've done the fuchsia. Let's get some of that teal green in here. That's pretty. Let's see. Yep, teal green. Here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and do, let's see, zoom in just a bit. Go. Also, new nail color since we're doing our Flamingo page. So I had my oldest pick out the color here so I can match the Flamingo. Okay. Kind of how we did before. Going a little heavier along the edges and in the corners, and then we'll draw it out a little bit to create a little bit of a highlight in the middle. Let's see, music's just a little quiet. We're going to turn it up just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's because I accidentally unplugged my headphones. That's why. There we go. That's better. I was like, why can't I hear it through my headphones? And I realized because at some point I bumped it and unplugged it. Sorry I didn't say hi to everyone individually as I normally, but lying in bed maybe. No worries, Melody. I'm just glad to have you here. Or not Melody, Melody. Sorry, I skipped the D there. Okay, gonna do it in the bottom here. Go. Okay, there's the green leg. Okay, let's see. You know what? I kind of want to do a different color on the inside of the leg. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, we're going to do a different color on the inside leg. Okay, and we're going to use this here. go. I know I'm coloring lightly, but I mean, they're called Inktense for a reason. It's because they've just got so much pigment in this, so you don't need to add much. Okay, and we're gonna do up here the head. Okay. Go. We're gonna get some of the ear. Okay. There we go. There we are. Okay, so there's our green. I get that. Aw, thank you, Kimmy. I'm so bad at remembering that myself. Okay, now we're gonna grab our paintbrush here. Okay, gonna dab off some of that water. We're gonna do the leg first. Okay. There we go. Okay. Bring that on down. There we go. Then on down to the foot here. There we go. Sounds good, Andrea. Thanks for swinging by. All right, so there's that. Okay. Go. There we are. All right, that's the belly. I have to watch playback later. Let's see. Sounds good, Kimmy. All right, now we're gonna do the neck and head. Go. And I really don't have a ton of water on my brush. It's just enough to activate it a little bit. Well, and that's the joy of, you know, doing this on YouTube, is that it automatically uploads, so you can watch it later. So you can see I was working pretty quickly, but I still got this harsh line that's right there. So we're just gonna try and dab that over. And then I'm gonna show you later, after this is dried, how we can use the pencils to create a bit more shadow, okay? But I mean, they're called Inktense for a reason. You can just see how vibrant the colors are. Okay, so let's see. Now we're going to use, I'm thinking, Deep Indigo. Let's see if we can find it. There it is, Deep Indigo. Okay. we're going to use that, and we'll start back here where this is dried a little bit more. Okay. There. And then we're going to do here. Okay. And then we're going to do a little bit here. Okay. Here. Here. There we go. Alright, then we're gonna take this little spot here, we're gonna use this here. Remember, a little bit goes a long way with these, so you may not need to color in every spot. Okay, we're just gonna color lightly here because we're gonna have to color in between all those little hairs there. Okay. A bit there. Okay. There we go. Apologize if I'm making anyone dizzy. I'm trying to spin slowly here. There. And we're gonna put some here as well. Okay. All right, there's that. Now we're gonna get our paintbrush. Okay. Like I said, you have to work fast with these if you don't want them to dry after you've wet them. Okay, put there. There we go. Bring that in there. There we go. Okay. There. We're gonna do this little bit in between these little horse hairs here. So teeny tiny. Okay. And we're gonna do it on this leg. There we go. Okay. Like I said, trying to work quickly before that dries so we can blend those two together. There we go. Okay, a little bit on the nose. There we go. Very nice. Like I said, this is not the way a unicorn would normally look, but it's our coloring book. You know, we color it however we want, right? Okay, so let's see. Oh, I forgot here. There we go. And this little spot here. There we go. Okay, and you know what? Let's go ahead. Check out the right one. Yeah, deep indigo. Let's go ahead and do this spot here also. This one here, this one here, but not the ones here because those are going to blend in. We're going to do a different color with that. So let's just get a tiny bit of water, just a tiny, practically a drop, just to fill those in, okay? There we go. And then we're going to do the mane and the tail. Okay. so let's use what we haven't used yet. Our poppy red and our orange and our apple green. We haven't used any of those yet. So let's go ahead and use a combination of those for the mane and the tail, huh? Let's see. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. So normally I choose a light, a mid, and don't like that because unicorns need sparkle. Or don't look like that. That's right. Unicorns do need sparkle. And make sure we don't grab the blue one like last time I did this. We can use this little fella when we're all done. That's the Wink of Stella brush print. It's a clear glitter ink. Karen, I miss a lot sometimes trying to color and watching and trying at the same time. Exactly, Kimmy. Okay, so we have our poppy red, we have our sun yellow, we have our tangerine, and we have our apple green. And again, I just have the 12 set of these, so we're making it work with what we got here. Okay, so here's poppy red, and we're just going to use one color per strand. Okay, poppy red. And we're just going to kind of put them in here sporadically to just sort of balance it out a little bit. Okay. Yes, Wink of Stella. For those of you who weren't here before, when we were doing our World of Flowers page, I totally meant to grab the clear Wink of Stella, and I did not. I grabbed the dark blue one. Thankfully, we were able to... No worries, Kimmy. We were able to salvage it a little bit, so, you know, we made it work. Add a little bit here, and some here, and we're gonna do this one here, okay? There we go, try to keep that all in there. All right, so I think what I wanna do is I'm gonna do one at a time here. So we're gonna go ahead and get these ones wet, okay? So we're gonna do this these top ones first, okay? Just the tiniest little bit of water. Thanks, Annette. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit of water. Here we go. Thank you, Kimmy. Just dab the brush on the paper towel a little bit to get some of that red off so that we don't have too much pigment on our brush. Okay, now this one. Yeah. Do you know the iridescent medium Winsor & Newton? I'm not familiar with the Winsor & Newton one. I have an iridescent medium in acrylics that I use in my fluid art that I enjoy using, but not for Winsor & Newton. I'll have to check that out. Go. All right, so there's the red ones. Clean that. Where do you get that tiny brush? I wish you could do an Inktense in World of Flowers. That's possible. This is the Fine Touch. It's just a 5, looks like number 5 round. I just got this at Hobby Lobby. Not super fancy. The other one I have is even tinier. And I think I got this one at Hobby Lobby also, but yeah, so Fine Touch is just the generic brand for Hobby Lobby. And this one is a Princeton Velve Touch. Pretty sure I got this at Hobby Lobby also, and it's even smaller. So this one on the right is the one that we're using, and this one is the even, you know, teeny tinier one that I have. Hi, Michelle, welcome. So glad you could make it. So yeah, I got them both at Hobby Lobby, but you could probably find an equivalent at like Michael's or something, or you know, whatever local craft store that you have. Okay, let's make sure this is nice and in focus there. That's a little bit better. I apologize if that was a little out of focus. Okay, so those are pretty dry because we really didn't add much water to it at all. All right, so now let's use our orange. Okay, We're going to put some here. We'll put some here. Can you put a link sometime for breakfast? What do you mean, Annette? Like do an earlier? Oh, for brushes, Yeah, well, I mean, these ones I got at Hobby Lobby, but you could probably find an equivalent on Amazon. I'll take a look and I'll see about adding a link. I have the Pentel brushes in the description below, and that's these ones. And these are water brushes here. And you can see that one comes with a pretty small one. These are plastic though. I believe these are acrylic, the ones that I'm using here. These ones are plastic, but it's nice because they come with the water in them. So there is a link for the Pentel brushes in the bottom. Hi, Ariane, welcome. Okay, gonna add orange here. There's already a lot of red, so I'm only gonna do a little bit of orange because I don't want to overwhelm it, because we're gonna follow up with our yellow and our green too. Very colorful unicorn here. Okay, so just a little bit here. Go. A little bit here. There we go. And just a little bit here. There we go. All right, there's the orange. Hi, Yvonne. Just finished work. Nice surprise to see you all so early. Yeah, we tried to do we decided to do an impromptu daytime stream here. Okay, so now we're gonna let's use our green. Let's get some green in here, shall we? We're gonna put some here, some here. We're just doing a super colorful unicorn because I only have the 12, so the Derwent Inktense, and then on the other side, we're gonna use our Derwent Watercolors. Okay, so we're gonna add some green here. Some green here. We're gonna do some green here. Here we go. Let's see. Watching and walking to the car. Sounds good, Yvonne. Go. All right, so that's our green. Let's see, do we want to? Nah, that should be good for green. We'll put a little bit there. Okay, so there's our green. Now we're gonna grab our brush. Okay, just a little bit water here. Okay, nice and bright. Our green, and I literally have just the lightest hand with this. You don't need much to activate this pigment. And we're gonna go back over with our pencils again, the dry pencil, and we're gonna kind of make this pop just a little bit more, because right now we're just using this single color. But we want to give this a little bit more depth. Okay, all right, so there's the green. Okay, now we're gonna use our yellow, and this is the sun yellow. Lunchtime sounds good, Carol. Okay. Okay, use our yellow there. There. Okay. Such a colorful unicorn, and I love color. Okay, so there's yellow there and there. And as you can see, there's not creating much variation with this yellow just because of how highly pigmented it is. I have found that some pencils seem to carry out the pigment a little bit stronger than others. Okay, a little bit yellow, a little bit yellow. But we're gonna go back over this. I'll show you what we can do with it. You know, we're gonna take some of this yellow on our brush, and we're just gonna add just the lightest bit of yellow there. See how it did that? Nice little light yellow. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, ooh, she's in the future. Very nice. Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons that I did this, just because I know, you know, in the UK and Europe and all of that, you know, you're 6+ hours ahead of me. So I was just like, well, if I do it in the morning, now it's, you know, I think when I started it's like 4:30 UK time. 4:30, 5:30-ish, you know. I know it's kind of like right around dinner time, but I was like, how can I make this work for everyone, you know? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna grab the sea blue. New store that has art supplies going tomorrow. Very nice. Okay, sea blue. First of all, we're gonna add that on the nose a little bit. Okay, then we're gonna use the sea blue on the unicorn horn here. Love going art supply shopping. Probably here in town, Hobby Lobby is my go-to, but we don't have a lot of like little independently owned art stores here. Okay, and then we're going to use, I know I'm doing another color before we wet it, but this, I'm gonna go ahead and do that for this one. Okay, we're gonna use apple green here. Okay. There we are. Okay, so we're gonna get just a tiny bit of water. Like I said, you really don't need much. All you need is a paintbrush with a good pointed tip. Clean that a little bit. Get a little light blue on the nose. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right, so there's our unicorn heart. I mean, this thing is so colorful, but we are not done with it by any means, okay? So let's see, I want to grab, let's see, where is the teal? Where's the teal? Where's the teal? And I mean, this too is showing you how you can make it work with just, you know, a 12 set also. You know, kind of goes back to the whole, you don't need a giant set of pencils to create something beautiful or something that you like, you know? Okay, there's still just a little bit of water there, so we're gonna add it there. Okay, let's see. We have the tail and we've got the hair kind of on the legs a little bit to do. So let's go ahead and do the tail. Okay. Let's see, how do I want to turn this? We're gonna turn like this, okay? You know, the hair reminds me of, you remember like that Tutti Frutti gum? I think it was called Tutti Frutti. Or like zebra striped or something like that. That's what the hair reminds me of. Okay, so now we've got the tail. Let's see, what did we use? We used the poppy red, the orange, the yellow, and here we go. That's why it's so nice whenever I get a gift card, like for, you know, a birthday or Christmas or something, because then it's total guilt-free art store shopping. Okay. All right, so let's get that poppy red in here. Let's see, where do we want to go with this? Let's move it here. Why is coffee so tasty? Okay. There we go. Okay, there's the red. We're gonna turn this back just a little bit. There we go. All right, we're gonna use some red here. And I'm trying to disperse these kind of evenly. Okay. Let's see, let's put a little bit of red there because that's, I think, part of that tail there. Let's move this over here so you can see. Okay, and we're gonna put a little bit of red there. Okay, so now we're gonna get our brush. I buy more online, we don't have a good store in me. Yeah, I like to go there for like craft stuff because I sew a lot too. So I like to go there for, you know, materials and whatnot. Not to mention I'm always looking for some sort of new craft for the kiddos. There we go. I know I went out of the line up there a little bit, but that's all right. That's what makes us human, the imperfections. I try not to stress too much if I go out of the line. Because really, it's your own coloring page. And if anybody comes to you and says, wow, your coloring page is terrible because you went out of the line, well, then they can just go away because it's your coloring page and it's not theirs. Okay, we're going to add some of the tangerine here. There we go. I always do because I know there are other things I could be spending on. And then I have to ask myself, do I really need more of this or more of that? Usually the answer is yes, of course I need more of this or of that. But, you know, I see some product or book on YouTube and I've got to have it. Exactly, Karen, exactly. You have a Blix there? Oh, Kimmy, oh, I would be in trouble. Does an actual Blix store have as many, because I know obviously you can buy a lot of singles on the website. Does the actual Blix store have that many singles available? I'd be really curious to go to a Blix store. My wallet would not be so curious, but I would be. Okay, we're gonna turn this just a little bit. All right, apple green here. Okay, now you can see that this is just a little bit wet still, so it's not laying down as nicely as it should because there was a little bit of water where I was laying the green, but that's okay. Okay, a little bit of green here. Okay. There we go. All right, let's see. Let's do green here too. Okay, and then we'll do yellow on those last two hairs. Okay. Dee Dee has a smaller one near her. Oh, that's so jealous. That would be awesome to go to an actual Blix store. They have clearance section that is great, and yes, ours is pretty big. That's awesome. I'm not too far from Houston. I wonder if they would have one in Houston, or if maybe that's just a, you know, maybe just certain states. All right. There we go. And the yellow. Hello, Amberly. Welcome. 45 minutes to an hour away. That's not too bad. Yeah, we did kind of an impromptu daytime stream today. I kind of feel like it makes it a little bit more agreeable to those in different time zones. There we go. Well, today we are testing out the Inktense and we're going to compare to the watercolor. So we've got a colorful little unicorn here and we're going to add some more depth and shadow. So right now we're just kind of getting our base color done with our super, super colorful unicorn. Okay, so let's do these little itty bitty hairs on the legs. Okay. So I'm actually going to go ahead and add the color to where I want on these. Okay, there's the red. All right, there's some more red here. A little bit of red there. Red there. We're going to add one to the red there. Okay, then we have our orange. Orange there, orange here, orange everywhere. Okay, there. Then we're gonna add our green. Green here, green there. A little bit green there, a little bit of green there. Okay, a little bit there. And then lastly, we're gonna add our yellow. No worries, Kimmy. Yes, such good art store here in Central Europe. We only have small art stores with poor quality things, so I get everything online. You gotta love online for that, though. It gives you access. I mean, just online in general. I mean, in what universe would so many people that enjoy the same thing, like coloring, have been able, you know, would be able to get together like this, you know? Okay. So now we're going to add our little bit of water here to the reds. I am doing these colors separately because I don't want to contaminate the other colors with, you know, like a red or something. Okay, there's all the red. Clean the brush a little bit. Let's get all the green, 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 and red. Hi, Carrie! So glad you're here! Okay, now let's get all the orange. We are doing, we're not doing a full page today, but we're doing kind of a comparison between the Derwent Inktense and the Derwent Watercolor in our artist edition of Enchanted Forest. So welcome. I have the Inktense and haven't mastered this technique yet. Do you have to use a light hand? I noticed the heavy hand makes a blending very fit. Yes. Yes, Amberly. I use a very light hand. I hardly press down like at all. I just, only because the more you press down, the more pigment you're going to get on there and you don't want to overwhelm your drawing. So I do a light hand and then in a little bit I'll show you, we're going to go back over this just a bit to create a bit more contrast. I live in the Caribbean. Oh my goodness, Carrie. So supplies are limited. I order online also. I don't know. I think I take the limited art supplies to be able to live in the Caribbean. Or Caribbean still. That must be beautiful there. How's the weather over there right now? I assume it's wonderful, but that's just because when I think Caribbean, I think blue skies, wonderful blue oceans, just gorgeousness all around. All right, let's go ahead and grab our black and finish up our hooves. And then, woo, dropping that. And then we will, I'll show you how we're going to add a bit more contrast. Where is my black? Here we go. Okay, ink black. Okay, first of all, we're just going to add some black to the eye, black to the nose. Okay. We're going to add some to the hooves here. Okay. Hooves there. Okay. And I'm not coloring the whole thing. I'm just kind of coloring the sides so that we can maybe leave a little bit to create a bit of a highlight on the hoof. We'll see how well that translates though with the water. Sunny and bright. Oh man, that sounds wonderful. Do you mind my asking how hot is it? I mean, I know up here we've been like already in the hundreds. Okay. So now we're gonna clean my brush just a little bit. There we go, that's not too bad. Clean in the brush a little bit. And again, you have to work quickly so that you don't get those harsh lines. There we go. Okay. Now down here. Wetting both sides here, then I quickly wipe the brush, and then, but you can see even still that was starting to dry already, so you have to work just oh so quick when you're doing that. Okay, a little bit there, dab, 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 and then there we go. All right. Oh, let's add a little bit of water to the nose, to the eyes. And you know what? We didn't. Let's grab our sea blue here. And we're just gonna fill in these with our sea blue. Okay? Here we go. About 87. Oh my goodness, Carrie. That sounds amazing. Okay, just a little bit there. Yeah, that sounds completely heavenly. Okay, so let's zoom out here. We're going to take a look at basically what is our base layer for this unicorn. Super colorful. Okay, she looks like a little piece of fruity gum. Now, before we add anything else on top, I want to make sure that this is completely dry. So again, you can use your blow dryer. I've got this handy little fan here. I'm going to turn it on low here so it's not too loud. You can see, and actually I can just put it right here, and we're going to tilt it down just a little bit so that it's nice and dry, and it's really not too wet. I just want to make sure that it's completely dry before we add anything on top. Does anybody have any questions so far about the Inktense? There we go. Just about there. Okay, I think we should be good. All right, so now what we're gonna do Now, you can use your Inktense pencils. Hi, Graham, welcome. I says hi from the UK. See, this is what I was hoping for, an earlier time for those of you in the UK and Europe. Make it much more agreeable for everyone. So, I'm going to use our same Inktense pencils so that the colors are the same, but you can also use, honestly, whatever color pencils you have on hand. Use this as your base layer and then add more. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. We'll start with the pink, okay? So we're going to go ahead and grab that pink again. Now, we are not going to be re-wetting this. We are adding dry pencil on top of what we've already added for wet, okay? We just want to add a little bit of the darker colors to give it a little bit of contrast. You could re-wet it if you want to, but for me, I am not going to. And it also adds a little bit of texture. Okay, so we're just kind of lightly going over our dark areas here. To make that pop just a little bit, you should use a regular brush. You should use regular brush or the water-filled ones. Well, I have both today, Kimmy. I am using this, the regular brush, and I've got the water-filled ones here too. Unless I missed something. I probably missed what I said a second ago. There we go. The water brushes are so handy. I feel like they really give you a lot of control over how much water you use. In fact, we'll probably use the water brush with the watercolor ones just to mix it up a little bit. There we go. All right, so we're just adding a bit more around the edges here that we are not going to get wet. Okay. But again, using a very light hand. If you use too much of a hard hand, you're going to get a lot of harsh lines. And this is just to give it a little bit of contrast and help those edges to pop just a little bit more. There we go. But you get that nice kind of smoothness in the middle from using the water. There we go. Turn it just a bit. Okay, there you go. All right, so there's, we'll add a little bit on the elbow too. Just a little bit. All right, so there's our pink. Okay, now we're gonna grab our teal. Let's do the head first. And like I said, we're just adding this to give it a little bit more contrast. It is. It's holding up really well. Well, it helps that it's the artist edition, plus we're really not using that much water. Okay. Now I'm going to do the hind legs here. Oh, no worries, Graham. What'd you say? Hi from the UK. Can't spell a good surfing. No, it was perfect. You're good. You're just fine, Graham. Go. You're still using the Inktense, just not adding water? Yes, Amberly. So we went through and kind of laid our base layer and we used water for that. Now what we're doing, because once you add water, you bring it out, it's so much brighter, and it just, you maybe don't have as much control over it as you would like. So if you're wanting to go back and refine it a little bit, then you can use the dry pencil without adding water and adding just a little bit of a pop to it. Okay, so let's grab our, let's see, that's deep indigo. We want sea blue. I wish all books had the good paper. Well, I mean, these ones are specifically her, oh, you know what? Ha, I missed the belly. Missed the belly. Hi, Andrea. You know, the World of Flowers, the other ones, her regular coloring books also have pretty decent paper. I mean, I've been able to use watercolor pencils on those also. So really, it's just about how much water you're using. Like I recently did in Magical Jungle, I colored the butterfly using the Arteza watercolor pencils. And then I used my water brush and it had absolutely no issues at all. So really, a big part of it is how you use... Oh, most definitely. It's how you use the... Sorry, I jump all over the place. It's how much water you use on the paper. And Amberly, most definitely you can use Prismacolors on top. I'm only using these because this is kind of what's handy, but you could use any kind of pencil that you want over the top. Kitty, leave the cord alone, Kitty. She's under the desk. She's messing with my lamplight here. But yeah, you could use any pencil that you want over the top of it. Like I said, just kind of think of this as like your base layer almost. There we go. A little bit there, a little bit there. All right, that's the blue there. Okay. Okay, now we're just going to use our deep indigo just a little bit. Not too much, because the deep indigo dry by itself almost comes out black, so I don't want to lose some of that blue that we have. It almost just seems like a dark gray. It's pretty close. You can see the blue in it though. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Gotta make sure I move that down. Okay, just a little bit here and there. Let's go down to the leg. We're almost done with this. Okay. And you can see it's not perfect either. Like I made some mistakes here, but honestly, it's fine. We're human. All right, so now we're gonna grab, let's see, what do we want to do? Let's grab orange. Actually, you know, we're gonna do something kind of fun with the hair because it's such a small area and it is pretty already, you know, it's pretty strongly dark near the base. We want this to pop a little bit more. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our fuchsia on the red and we're gonna do that at the base because it's a slightly different color. So that's gonna help it pop just a bit more. Okay, so we're using our fuchsia here at the base of the poppy red. Okay, just a little bit, just enough to give it that, like I said, the contrast for it, okay? There we go. And because the stuff on the legs is so tiny, I'm not gonna worry about adding this, these extra colors to that. Okay, and you know what? We're actually gonna use, let's see. No, you know what? I'm gonna use a different color. So let's use, we're gonna use our baked earth on the base of the orange here, okay? We haven't used baked earth yet, and it's just giving it that slightly darker color. Okay, here we go. Not much, just a little bit, because we don't want to lose that orange. But it's just enough to give it a slightly different color right at the base. Congratulations for the Women World Cup Championship. Oh, awesome. Got all the Johanna books. That's why I love your YouTube channel. Oh, awesome, Graham. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you. All right, let's go ahead for the green. Let's grab the leaf green. Okay, just at the base again. Okay. There we go. There, and we're going to add just a little bit on the horn as well. Just a tiny bit. Okay, and for the base of the tail, just a little bit there. Okay, and then what do we have left? The yellow. Let's go ahead and grab the orange for the base of the yellow. Oh, thank you, Emily. Or not Emily. Thank you, Amberly. Sorry, I saw Emily right below Amberly where it's listed. So thank you, Amberly. Yeah, my oldest helped me pick out the color. We were choosing a color that went with Flamingo. Since Flamingo is our main page we're coloring right now. There we go, just a little bit there, not much, just a tiny bit. There we go. All right. So there we have our Inktense unicorn there. All right. Let's see. Oh, it only took an hour and a half. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do the other one. So we're going to move these pencils to the side. Okay, so for our unicorn, the colors that we used, I'm going to grab a fine liner here rather than my black one. One sec. Let's see. Too much stuff on my desk. There we go. All right, we're gonna grab this red one here. Okay. All right. So for our unicorn, we used a little bit of leaf green. We used the fuchsia, deep indigo. Let's see, did we use them all? Huh, actually there's no point in circling them because we did use them all. We only used a little bit of the leaf green though. Only a little bit. Actually, boop, 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 boop. We did not use the bark. We used a little bit of the baked earth, and that was for adding some of the shadows. So yeah, I guess we used tangerine. We used ink black, baked earth, apple green, teal green, sun yellow, poppy red, and sea blue. Okay, so we used all but the bark, and we only used a tiny bit of the leaf green and the baked earth. So I have tons of different names anyways. My daughter also loves to pick my nail polish colors. She's only 2. Ah, there you go. There you go. Okay, so that was the Derwent Inktense. Okay, so that's what that unicorn is. Nice and bright, our little tutti frutti gum unicorn. All right, so those are gonna go back in there. All right. Now, Kimmy, I said that I was going to use some different colors, but I think actually I'm going to go ahead and stick with these for now so that we can get a, the best comparison. I think if like later I decide to do the rest of them, we'll use some different colors, but for now, that way we can get a good comparison. We'll go ahead and just use those colors, if that is okay. I do, however, need to sharpen them, so we're going to sharpen these real quick. Okay, so let's go over it real quick. So for the Derwent Watercolor now, we just chose 12 out of the Derwent Watercolor. Okay, so we have, I'm going to read these off while I sharpen here, multitask. All right, so we have Cedar Green, Magenta, Prussian Blue, Vandyke Brown, Orange Chrome, Ivory Black. Here, we'll zoom in so you can see. Sorry, my handwriting probably is a little messy. Let's see. Ivory Black, Golden Brown, May Green, Jade Green, Lemon Cadmium, Deep Vermillion, and Spectrum Blue. Okay. One of the things I do after I sharpen is I will wiggle the lead to make sure it's solid. And this one, you can see, actually broke in the core. So if you can pull it out, it's probably good to resharpen that. You know what? Let's see, do I want to do that? Yeah, I'm going to make this easier on myself. I'm going to turn down the volume just a little bit, and I'm going to use my electric pencil sharpener, but I don't want to blow out anybody's ears. So what do you do with the white Inktense pencil? I use it. I haven't found a use for it yet. Also, the outliner pencil. The outliner pencil? I don't know about the outliner pencil, but white I don't use too much either. I find that it doesn't do a whole lot. All right, I'm going to turn this down for a second so I can use the electric pencil sharpener. Just a little bit lower so I'm not blowing out your ears here. Yeah, that's much better. Too loud. I'll turn it back up here in just a second. Okay, there we go. That's better. Turned it down for just a minute so I didn't blow out everyone's ears with the electric pencil sharpener. Okay, what a miss. Okay, so the outliner. Yeah, I'm not sure what the outliner pencil is. For the white, yeah, working it for pastel is a little bit good, Audrey. She's right. Look more soft. There you go. Not so intense for Inktense. Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right, now they're all sharpened. Oh, hi. Oh, I think I got startled. I think kids just came home and opened the door real hard. Got me startled. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna go double check, see what that noise was. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, yep, I'm back. It was just them coming home. The door just hit the wall. Let's see. Oh, outliner is the normal black pencil. Oh, yes. Yeah, so the black one, I mean, I used it for the hooves. Okay, so we are gonna try and kind of do the same color scheme on this one as we did for this one. That way it'll be a little bit easier to compare. Oh, my, they keep hitting that wall. So you don't activate it with water. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with actually we'll start with our pink here. Okay, so we used Fuchsia for the Inktense. For this one, we're gonna use Magenta, and it's a little bit darker than the Fuchsia, so we'll make it work. Okay. Now, in using these, I will say that the Inktense, when you color it, it almost has like a more of a chalky feel to it. So the kids are home now, so if you hear anything, that is them. Okay, so actually, hi Pat, welcome. I'm gonna be right back, okay? So just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back now. I'm back. All right. So where were we? All right, we're using the Magenta. Okay. Let's see, who did I miss? Oh, Pat. Yes, hello, Pat. make sure that's in frame there. Sorry about that. Well, Pat, we've done our Inktense unicorn. Now we're doing the Derwent Watercolor unicorn in the same general colors here, so we can kind of see the difference here. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Yes, for sure, Pat. Most definitely. They're not the exact same colors, but I tried to choose pretty similar ones because it's interesting, you know, like the Arteza for the regular color pencils and the watercolor pencils, they have the exact same colors, but for the Derwent ones, they have completely different. Oh, help if I kept it in frame, huh? Oh, I'm glad, Kimmy. Well, it's nice to mix it up every now and then from the page that we're working on. Weekends will be known for our, you know, slightly different tutorials here. All right, we're gonna bring this out just a little bit more. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and get the pink wet and you can see how it compares. And I am pressing just as hard with these watercolor pencils as I did with the Inktense pencils. So if I remember correctly, we should get a little less. Maybe we should do the Inktense, or we should do the Arteza watercolor pencils next. Yeah, why not? They were fun to use on the butterfly. And since we're mentioning it too, if anybody's interested in the Arteza water pencils, or regular pencils, or watercolor pencils, I have links down in the description, plus a 10% off coupon as well. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead, let's use, do we want to use the water brush or regular brush? We could stay consistent. You know what? I want to get consistent results, and I want the difference to be in what the pencil is, not the kind of brush that we're using. So we're going to keep using the regular paintbrush, okay? In a different book, maybe Hannah Carlson. Yeah, we could, because I know we're working on the Johanna Basser page. But our next one we could do, because I have the Hannah Carlson artist editions too. Got a couple of them. That's a good idea, Kimmy. Kimmy, I'm going to let you choose, because I think this one was your idea too. So I'm just going to let you choose what we do when we do weekend streams. Does that sound good? So we could do a Hannah Carlson page with the Arteza watercolor pencils. That'd be fun. Okay, so we have a little bit of water there. And it's the same thing with the Inktense. You gotta work kind of fast. And like I said, I pressed just as hard with the watercolor as I did with the Inktense. I tried to give them there you can see like it was even less time where it's creating that harsh line. So when you're doing this, you just got to work oh so fast before it dries. Here we go. Okay, now this one. And again, I am not using very much water at all. Yeah, so you can see there's that line there. There you go. Kimmy's gonna create our weekend schedule here. Draw some of that down here. So, not that the Inktense are super forgiving, but the Derwent Watercolors are even less forgiving than the Inktense. So once you start laying down that water, you got to keep going till you're done with that water. And I know I'm going over the edge a little bit, but that's okay. Tends to happen too when you're rushing to try and get your coverage of water. Okay. Be okay to your coloring. Oh, of course, yeah, you can join in there here, Graham. Let's do exclamation point Facebook. Hopefully Nightbot is working today. That should give you a link right there to the Facebook group. Give it a second, it'll pop up. But you should be able to join there, and then I usually approve a bunch of them after stream. There you go, there it is. Okay, so here's where it's interesting. Okay, so we did the fuchsia on the Inktense. We did the magenta on the watercolors. And as you can see, the fuchsia is actually a little bit lighter color than the magenta. But check this out. I laid the same amount of pressure, and already you can see this one's a little bit deeper. This one here on the right, the Inktense, is a little bit deeper than the watercolor. Oh, there you go, Kimmy. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Kimmy. There you go. See? It's quite a bit lighter. I think we're going to find that that's going to be true all the way throughout. Okay. So now let's grab our teal, which will be the jade green. So it was teal green on the Inktense, and on here it is jade green. You can see there's a slight difference. So this one, a little bit more green. This one's got a slightly more blue hue. So it's not going to be exactly the same. But we are going to put it in the same spot. Okay, and again, I am pressing just as hard as I did with the Inktense. Summer Nights or Daydream. Let's see, what do I have? I've got, let's grab it here. If I can reach it. Let's see, I have Daydream. Let's zoom out a little bit. I have Daydream, and I have, oh yeah, so we have the same ones. Yeah, I've got Summer Nights and Daydream in the Artist Edition. See, like those houses, pretty simple. Frog. If I'm doing watercolor, I want something that has a little bit more space to work with, you know, like the owl might be fun. Let's see. Okay, owl, frog. Exactly. Yeah, it's brighter because it's ink. There you go. Bird. I think that insect is going to be way too detailed for the watercolor. That's something I'd like use fine liners on or something. The mushrooms would be kind of fun. That bird, that insect. That one could be fun. I've colored that one. Let's see. That one might be good for it. Oh, kitty cat. We could do the kitty cat. Let's see. Insects and that one. So a couple options in Summer Nights. Let's take a look at Daydreams. Let's see. That was not bad. It's got some bigger leaves because I'm just thinking, you know, working with the paintbrush. I think that one's a little too detailed. Oh, you can see I started it a little bit on this dragonfly at some point. Let's see. These birds would be pretty to do with that. Yeah, the birds could work. birds with the keys. Let's see. Don't paint bugs. Yeah, I'm right there with you. They creep me out just a little bit. I have a few that I've done, but I've had to get over my bug fear. That one's pretty. Butterfly. Although butterflies, I feel like, don't count under bugs. I mean, technically they're insects, but they're pretty. Who doesn't like a butterfly, right? Honestly, I think probably... Where did that one with the key go? Here we go. I think this one would be good. Yeah, so when we do the Arteza watercolors, we'll do a Hannah Carlson page. And we'll do the twin birds with the key in Daydreams. I think that'll be good. Let's see here real quick. Okay. All right, let's zoom back in. All right. So we are using the Jade Green. There you go. Have you colored that one yet, Kimmy? Or is that one free to color on for you? Okay, there's the teal there. Maybe press just a little bit harder. Here we go. All right, there's the teal. Now we'll do its leg. No, ladybugs aren't bugs either. Neither are butterflies. There you go. Yeah, anything that, you know, you want to pick up, I don't consider, you know, a creepy crawly. Where I grew up, we had a lot of those little, oh, I'm drawing a blank on the name, but the little, you know, it's the caterpillars that are brown and black striped. We used to pick those up all the time. Those were fun. Those ones don't bother me either. Just got books the other day. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, well, let's do that. Next time we do a weekend stream, we'll do the Arteza watercolors with the twin bird picture in the key and Hannah Carlson's Daydreams Artist Edition. There you go. Look at you, Kimmy. You're like my idea consultant. Kimmy, the idea consultant. Go. All right, there's that good. That leg there. All right, let's see, what else did we do? We did the face with the teal, so we'll go ahead and do that. It's perfect, Kimmy. Yeah, I'm not sure if she does. But I know I did have some requests for some different coloring books too, so, you know, it won't take away from our main, you know, page during the week, but it might appease those that have slightly different books or want to see something a little bit different than the Johanna, you know? Oh, good, gotcha. Autocorrect always gets me too, Karen. You're not alone. Okay. Let's see. Is that all the teal? Yes, that's all the teal. All right, so now we're gonna get our paintbrush here. Start with the hind leg here. And we'll work our way up, okay? And like I said, I'm pressing just as hard with these as I was with the Inktense. I'm not going lighter. In fact, I may even be pressing a little bit harder just to try and get more out of them. And like I said, you gotta work fast with these. Once you start adding water. Here we go. Okay, now we're gonna do the belly here. My kids watch this show called Tea Moomy Zoomy, and there's a little robot who plays things on his belly. So whenever I say the word belly or hear it, all I can think of is on my belly belly, because that's what Tea Moomy Zoomy says. Oh, that's all right, Karen. You can just watch. All right, now let's do the head here. And like I said, these aren't the exact same color, so you are going to see a slight color variation, but at the very least, you can see color intensity. There we go. All right, let's zoom out now. That is true, Kimmy. Yes, in the link below, I've got them listed below. They're only about 30 regularly, and there's that 10% off coupon too. Yeah, this is like night and day, man. Okay, so now we're gonna take the Spectrum Blue, which is our version of the Sea Blue from the other. Okay, and it looks like we've got it, let's see, on the front here. Go. And again, like I said before, I am putting just as much pressure on these as I was the Inktense. Go. And here. There we go. A little bit here. And Karen, if you're curious, I don't know if you've seen it yet, I also posted a review the other day too. And anytime I review something, I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion. I'm not just going to say I like them just because, you know, I have them to review. No, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about them, and I love them. That's why we're using them for our current picture as well. Okay. Put it on the face here. There we go. Put on the nose. Let's see, did we miss any spots? Oh, we did it on the horn a little bit too, didn't we? There we go. All right. Now we're gonna get our water. I completely validate you, Karen. All right, let's do back here first, the water. There we go. See, I missed a couple spots there. We're just gonna see if we can fill that in a little bit. Okay. More water here. Now we're gonna do the belly, belly. Okay. There we go. There we go, thin that out just a little bit. So I went over just a smidge. Okay, now we're gonna do the shoulder. There we go. Shoulder. And a little bit on the jawline here. Okay. And a little bit under here on the neck. There we go. Nose. And horn. There we go. Okay, zoom out so you can see. And we are going to dry this just a little bit before we move on to our next color, because I got it a little bit wetter than I would have liked, and I don't want that to blend. So we're going to make sure that's on low. So I'm just using this handy little portable fan. You can just blow on it too, but this just seems easier. So we're just going to let that dry for a second. There we go. Just letting it dry. Such bright, bright colors. Okay. All right, that should be good enough. Just a little extra air here. Okay. All right, now we're gonna go in with our darker blue. What did we choose for that? Prussian blue. Okay. So Prussian blue here. Let's zoom back in. Okay, let's start up here. Prussian blue. Make sure we're in frame here. Nose. And the belly. Trying to make sure I'm coloring in similar areas to the other unicorn here. Okay, let's do it just a little bit darker here. There we go. Okay. And a little bit here. Let's see, where else? Here. Okay, this little spot here and here. Okay. Oh, on these, before we do that hind leg there. These here also. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see. All right, now let's get that hind leg here. Oh, no worries, Karen. And you could use this technique on any of the pages. And truthfully, I only chose this page because it was big enough spaces that I knew I could use with a brush, and it was two of the same, unicorns, so that I could compare it easily. So really, this would work on any page. Go. And this little one here. There we go. All right, now with the water. Okay. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit there. You can see it's not quite as dark as the other one, but it was the darkest blue we had that was close to indigo in the Derwent Watercolor set. There we go. That's the leg. I'm going to come over and do the chest here. Here, you can see how quickly that dried there. Okay, we're gonna do this one here. go. And a little bit there, there. A bit in there. Oh, I realized the elbow there and the ankle. I need to do that. Okay, and the jaw. Lip. There we go. Oh, these stripes here. There we go. Me too. It's so bright and vibrant, isn't it? Thank you, Karen. Here we go. Let's do these little spots here. I forgot. There we go. All right. So now, let's see. Oh, you know what? We use the teal here. So let's go ahead and do that one real quick. I had an interesting notification yesterday. Yesterday marked 3 years since I had my first YouTube video. I was like, oh, well, that's a milestone worth remembering. And I've been super active in past years just with uploading and everything, but it's just crazy how far, you know, the channel has come in 3 years. Okay, we're using the ivory black now for the hooves. Plus, I just passed 8,000 followers on Instagram, which is super exciting because once you hit 10,000, then you get that swipe up feature that's in stories. So I'm super excited to use that. Oh, Kimmy, thank you. First super chat of the day. Thank you so much, Kimmy. Can everybody get a cheer in chat for Kimmy? Thank you so much, Kimmy. The black is pretty intense here. Yeah, that's very intense. Thank you, Karen. Aw, thank you, Kimmy. Okay. Yeah, you can see this one was a bit more green. It was a little bit more blue. Okay, let's see now. Let's move on to the hair. So let's use the red first. Okay. So we are using the deep vermilion versus the poppy there. Okay, so let's see. We had red here. Aw, thanks, Audrey. Okay, there. And there. It's definitely a bit more orangey than I would like, but that's okay. All right, there's the red there. There you go. Hi, Sarah. Welcome in. We are working on the Derwent Watercolor side of our unicorns here. This one was the Inktense, and now we are on to the watercolor side here. Aw, thanks, Amberly. There we go. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to match up a red with red. Yeah, so we did the unicorns, and I was just telling everybody we hit our 3-year anniversary on YouTube and just hit 8,000 followers on Instagram. So that was super exciting. And then Kimmy was so wonderful, and she dropped a $5 donation there. Oh, there we go. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, hi, Renata. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see. And then it was this bottom one here. We are working on the second half of our comparison here. First, we did the Inktense. Now we are working on the watercolor. Both of the brands are Derwent. Okay, let's throw in the tail here too. Let's see, we did this top one, the red. There we go. And then, let's see. No, not that one. It is this one here. There we go. And a little bit there. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, let's see. And then on the front leg, it's the third one. We want to match here. Third one up is red. That one's red. And then on the back legs here, let's see. That one's red. Fourth one down is red. This one's red. And the bottom is red. There we go. All right, that's all the red ones. I know I'm moving it around a lot, but I'm trying to get all the hair covered here. All right, then for orange, we have this one here. Okay, then we have this middle one is orange also. Then on the back, we have this is orange. Okay, then we've got this one is orange. Then this one is orange. Trying to match it up with the other one here. Okay, now let's move to the tail. What do we have for orange here? Okay, this is orange. Okay, and this one's orange. Okay, and for where's on the leg, that's orange. Matching back, we have the top one is orange. The one under the red is orange. And the one under the red and orange is that one too. Okay, now we're gonna do our yellow to match the yellow on the other side. So we have this one is yellow, and then this one's yellow. The inside is yellow. Let's see what else. This inside is yellow. This inside here is yellow. Okay, what else? What else? This is yellow. Let's see, this little one is yellow. I want to know what you will use to finish the picture. I'm not sure yet. Are we still using Daydreams book? If so, I'm going to order it. Yeah, so Patricia, next time that we do a weekend stream, I'm not sure when it will be. We're going to do Daydreams, and we're going to use the Arteza watercolor, and we are going to do this page here. So next time we do a weekend stream, we're going to do this page with the Arteza watercolors, and we'll try them out on here. And yes, it is the Daydreams Artist Edition. There we go. Okay, so yellow here. Okay, we had the yellow there. All right, now for the tail. We had a yellow strand here and a yellow here. Then for the back legs, yellow here, and then here, and then here, and the bottom one. And for the front legs, yellow there and there. Okay, now for the green, we're using May Green. Okay, yes, Kimmy is our weekend organizer. Okay, so green there, green here, green here. Oh, I missed a red one. I missed a red one right there. There we go. All right, then we have, this one is green. There we go, green here. And let's see. Oh, we missed a yellow one. Yellow here. Kimmy's so handy. Okay, green here. And green here, green here, and here, and there. And that's for the main. We're going to go over that with water here in a little bit. Even if you don't have the Artist Edition, Karen, regular Daydreams will be fine because we're not using that much water. I just happen to be using Daydreams for it. Okay, so tail, we have green here. Okay, there we go. Then we have green here, and I missed some yellow there. All right, now for the legs, to match the legs, we've got green here, green there, and green there. Okay, and green there. All right, perfect. Oh, and green up on the horn here. And I can't forget to use a little bit of yellow in that ear as well. All right, so now let's get our brush here. Let's start with the hair, okay? We're gonna get this yellow here, and we're gonna take some of that yellow, we're gonna drop it in that ear, just like we did to the other one. All right, so we're gonna go through, we're gonna do all of our yellows first, okay? Yellow, yellow. And like we did on the other one, we're gonna go over with some more of the pencils after it's already dried. Okay, clean the brush. Yeah, because it's not like we're gonna finish the page on stream anyway, just because the weekends are just for kind of trying out new things. It's not a full start to finish thing. That's what during the week is for. That yellow there. Actually, it's probably green, but it's okay. It's all right, close enough. All right, just a little bit more water here. All right, now we're gonna go back up to the top. And we're gonna do the reds now. Oops, Kimmy, to make sure she gets out of bed and rolling on a Sunday morning. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, this Vermillion is definitely more of an orange than it is red, but the other red I have for the watercolors is just super dark. There we go. So this was the closest to the poppy red. Okay, now the tail. Let's see, going out of the lines again. Oh well. Okay. There we go. And a little bit here. Go in the brush. Okay, now we'll do the orange. Let's see, a little bit of orange there, orange there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Then we're gonna do some of this green. Oh, in frame. Green, green, green on the horn here. Green right up here. Let's clean that brush a little bit. There we go. And I'm really not using very much. I mean, you can see I'm not re-dipping it every time I, use it on a color. I'm just cleaning it a little bit, just dabbing it on the paper towel, just enough to clean off some of that pigment. But you really just don't need much water. I mean, we could probably easily do this in a standard coloring book just because we're using so little water. Aww. cute, Kimmy. All right, let's go ahead now. We're gonna grab our black. Okay, we're gonna use the eyes. And on the nose. Okay, then we're gonna take our blue here for the dots on the back. Okay. Use a little bit of water on those, not much. Clean that because we don't want to drag the black around. There we go. Oh, that's so sweet, Kimmy. Okay, so now we need to let this dry before we add our extras, but here's how they stand so far. Literally stand, because the unicorns are standing. All right, let's go ahead and give this a little bit of a dry here. Okay. And then we will add our extra detailing on top. Let's turn that up just a little bit. Hopefully that's not too loud for the microphone here. Just want to give it a little bit of a dry here before we add the other pencil on top. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty dry. Just another second or two. Doesn't take long. He doesn't watch very many, just you. Oh, he gets up and walks away when I watch other streams. Oh, that's so cute! They're so cute at that age. Okay, that's good enough. Except since we're not using much water, it does not take long for it to dry. Okay, so now we're going to grab our magenta again. Whoop, there we go, super zoom. All right, now we're going to go over it with the pencils once more. Maybe fill in any white spots. Okay. Super random question. What is everyone's go-to beverage when coloring? Generally just water, but since it's the morning, I opted for coffee today. Or I like the, like there's a sparkling water that I like that's like a strawberry flavor. I like that. I have to be careful with the coffee when I color, only because if it makes me too shaky, I go outside the lines a lot more. Oops, sorry, out of frame. Alright, so we're just going over those darker areas that we kind of started with to begin with. And like the Inktense, we're not going to use water on these the second time around. We're just adding a little bit of contrast to help it pop just a bit. Here, there you go, Graham. It's a great way to relax. There we go. Okay, a little bit on the shoulder. And you can add water to this if you want. There's no reason why you can't after you go back over a second time. Go. All right, that's our pink there. Okay, and we're gonna grab our teal. Okay. That's why I like the sparkling water, Patricia. It has no sugar in it. It's literally just flavored water. But the flavoring isn't anything that's like real bad for you either. I think actually they mentioned that it's like essential oils, or not essential oils, but it's like the same kind of idea that it's just infused with. And that has been my sugary beverage replacement. Just because it's, you know, something different, something fizzy. But it actually has flavor. It's the Perrier brand, the sparkling water. It's like one of the few extra splurges that we do for groceries just because it's so super tasty and it's, you know, great replacement to sugary beverages, which do not sit well with me. So try to limit my amount of sugar. There we go. All right, now we're gonna do the head. There we go. There we go, there's the head. I bet wine would make me color better if I could stay within the lines. Karen, you're so funny. All right, there we go. All right, now we're gonna add the blue, the spectrum blue here. There we go. A little bit there. Okay, a little bit there. And I think the horn's actually kind of fine. We don't need to add any more to that. But line along the belly here. There we go. Emily, you were saying the other day about getting your tonsils out. My grandson just got his out 10 days ago. Oh man, how's his recovery going? He's probably just getting back on solid foods now. I am not looking forward to it, I swear. But on the plus side, my tonsils will be a lot more comfortable because they won't be there. All right, now we're gonna grab our Prussian blue here. Over these hind legs a little bit. There we go. And the chest here. And we're just going over this with dry pencil to help this pop just a little bit more. And the jaw. A little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit everywhere. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna go over, oh, a little bit over here too. Just a bit. Okay, now we're gonna go over the hair just a little bit. Okay, so let's grab, I'm actually gonna grab this pink, the magenta for the red part. Maybe we can work on making this a bit more red. Okay, so we're just adding this over the top to help it pop just a little bit more. Okay, we're doing the red one now. Yeah, that's actually working to make that stand out as red just a bit more versus a red-orange, you know? Okay, so magenta there. I'm glad, Kimmy. Yeah, that's what I hear is the recovery can be a little rough. Not looking forward to it, but, you know, once it's all over with, then it'll be over and done with, you know? Won't be doing it again. Back when I went in and the ENT was just like, wait a minute, you're an adult and you're having issues with your tonsils? He's like, it's usually like a kid thing. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do, you know? Okay, there's that. Let's grab this orange again. Actually, we're gonna grab the golden brown, kind of like we did with the other orange. He was sick all the time, and now with them out, he's going to feel a lot better. Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, does taking your tonsils out, is that going to mean I'm not going to have sore throats anymore? Because that would be amazing. Can you imagine never having another sore throat? I mean, sure, you know, your throat's going to get red and irritated, but not that, you know, giant tonsils swollen kind of thing. That's going to be amazing. I mean, I've had my wisdom teeth out, so I assume the recovery is going to be similar to that. All right, let's see. We're going to use the cedar green here, just like we did on the Inktense. A little bit darker green for the base. There we go. there, a little bit on the horn. Not much. A little bit there. Almost done. A little bit there on the base. A little bit there. Front legs. See, I believe adults have a much harder time with recovery versus kids. I had a friend who had hers removed and was pretty miserable for 4 days. Yeah, that's what I hear too. My brother-in-law got his removed, and from everything my sister says, it was pretty uncomfortable. The ENT said that I'm going to be out for like a week, so that's something to look forward to. All right, now we're going to take this orange just like we did before. Go. I feel like I'm doing a little bit better at making sure the staying in frame. I'm trying to be mindful to check up at my camera here to make sure that we're all in frame. There we go. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's zoom out here because I believe they are both done. Let's take a look at what we got here. All right, so on this half, now remember the colors aren't exactly the same, but they were as close as I could possibly get. So on this half, we have the Derwent Inktense, and on this half, we have the Derwent Watercolor. As you can see, they're definitely Inktense. You know, they're a little bit brighter there. Let's make sure we're nice and in focus here so everybody can see. See, I've also got this light here that's shining right on that area, so let's turn that a little bit. Might give it a little bit more of a chance here. There we go. It only took an hour from start to finish with him at the hospital. Yeah, that's what I hear. Although I don't think I have to stay for the hospital. You said the whole thing is going to be like 5 minutes and then it's out and then I'm done and then I lay in bed for, you know, for a whole week. So that would be nice. I said sarcastically. But yeah, so these were the colors that we used. All of these ones. And I'll put these on the list too. Because we're not going to color the whole thing. I mean, we go for 2.5 hours already today. Maybe I'll color the rest of these leaves another time. But this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to show the difference in the two watercolor pencils. I mean, they're the same brand, but we have watercolor and we have Inktense, which is, you know, ink. Don't forget the sparkle. Oh, you are right, Audrey. We got to give these ponies some sparkle here. All right, well, let's see. There it is. Let's see. Where do we want to add some sparkle here? Let's add some sparkle to the horns. Yeah, let's move this light back in so we can see a little bit better. Okay, sparkle to the horns here. There we go. Sparkle to the horns. Okay, and the hair. Every unicorn needs sparkle, all right? Okay, got some sparkle on the hair. And tail. Oh, look at that. We missed a tiny little hair. That one's supposed to be red. Add that there. Okay. There we go. A little sparkle there. Oh, running my hand in the sparkle. And there. And there. Oh, and that's not in focus. There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay, some sparkle there. Now we'll move it over. We're going to add some sparkle here and there. I'm actually cleaning the little brush because it's acting, because it's watercolor, it's pulling up some of that pigment a little bit. There we go. Okay. And we'll move that there. Some sparkle on the tail. There we go. Sparkle, 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 sparkle. There we go. Let's see. And let's add some sparkle on the hooves too, yeah? Clean that just a little bit. There we go. Sparkle hooves. There we go. That's kind of hard to see, but we'll tilt it here in the light so you can kind of catch it here. There we go. Let's see if we can see it. There's the light catching it all. Ah, there we go. There, you can see that sparkle in the hair. Let's check the tail. There we go. There's a sparkle in the tail. Let's check this side. Here we go. Look at all that sparkle. It's like it's coming alive. There you go. Very nice sparkle. Yes, good catch, Audrey. We got some sparkle in the hooves there too. Let's see if we can see it. Sparkle hooves. Very nice. Very, very nice. What is a unicorn without sparkle? Our little tutti frutti unicorns, huh? That's color if I ever saw it. Okay. Oh, hi, Pop. Oh. I did a thing with that. Sorry. I took a picture. That's going to blink out in a second. There we go. That's better. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's lay these out here so you can see. All right. So this side was the Inktense. Okay. And this side was the Derwent Watercolor. They're both the Derwent brand, but it's just Inktense versus watercolor. So that was a fun comparison. Thank you so much, Poppy. So yeah, anyway, that was kind of a fun little weekend. Give everybody a chance who maybe doesn't usually get to come in, a chance to be there in a more agreeable time. And yeah, we're gonna be back tomorrow night, and we're gonna continue on our magical jungle page using the Arteza colored pencils. Here it is. So we're gonna get some more progress done on that tomorrow. And yeah, I think for now, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna clean up my mess here. And yeah, Kimmy, thank you again for your donation, for your super chat there. And yeah, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, that is when we'll be live again. So yeah, everybody have a great rest of your Sunday. Rest up. Got the work today, tomorrow. So yeah, all right. I will see you all tomorrow night. Everybody have a lovely rest of your weekend. Bye.